Uncontrollable tears. A family member now knows the truth. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is not a message you are meant to overlook. Not now, not this time. Something is happening that cannot be undone. Something has already been seen in heaven. Something your soul already felt, but your mind was not ready to handle. And now, Archangel Michael has been commanded to reveal it to you because one member of your own family has discovered the truth. The truth about who you are. The truth about your calling. The truth about what someone else did behind your back. You are in a moment where nothing will remain hidden. You are standing in the place between divine revelation and earthly chaos. That's why the tears have come. That's why the dreams have been strange. That's why you feel like something is breaking inside you, because finally, God is exposing this woman, and she is not a stranger. She is connected to your bloodline. She is someone who wore the mask of family. But her spirit carried something else, and it is now being revealed. Don't trust anyone right now unless God shows you they are safe. Archangel Michael is speaking. Urgently, do not ignore this. He says that heaven has seen a war rise within your own house. Something happened. Someone saw truth about you that terrified them. Not because you were wrong, but because they realized they had underestimated you all along. There is a spiritual power resting on your life that your family never expected to bloom the way it is now. You were the quiet one, the humble one, the rejected one, the black sheep, the one they thought would always need help. But they were wrong. You are rising. And now that the light around you is shining so bright, the shadows in them cannot hide anymore. A woman in your family is panicking. She never thought you'd make it this far. She never thought you'd survive the pain, the betrayal, the silence. She watched you fall and whispered that it was your fault. She gossiped behind your back. She planted doubt in other people's ears. She turned others against you softly, secretly. But now everything is shifting. The family member who discovered the truth. This person has seen her for what she really is. And their heart is breaking because for years they believed her. For years they followed her lies, but God has opened their eyes. This is why things suddenly feel like they're moving fast. Why old arguments are resurfacing. Why people who ignored you are suddenly reaching out. Because heaven has pulled the veil. You are no longer hidden. Your spirit cannot be denied. You were always marked, but now the oil is visible. And when the oil becomes visible, the ones who rejected you start to tremble, because now they know they cannot erase what God has blessed. The uncontrollable tears in this family member, those are from the guilt. They now realize what was done to you was spiritual violence. They saw how someone manipulated your image. They remember conversations they were part of but didn't question. And now they are falling apart. They want to speak to you, but they don't know how. They want to apologize, but they are afraid you'll reject them the way they once rejected you. Heaven says, be still. Don't rush. Don't act from emotion. Watch what is revealed in the coming hours. Archangel Michael says, this moment is sacred. The exposure has just begun. There is still more to come. And you must be strong enough to witness it. You must be spiritually grounded enough to handle what is about to come out, because it's not just one woman. It's not just one lie. It's a pattern, a system of control that has been passed through your family for generations. And you, beloved, were chosen to be the breaker. That is why your life has been harder. That is why the warfare has been heavier. Because you carry the assignment of separation, breaking from the patterns, the curses, the silence, the shame. But in order to fully walk into your power, the lies had to be exposed. This woman never wanted you to shine. She clapped for you publicly, but laughed at you privately. She spoke blessings over you, but canceled them in the spirit through jealousy and pride. She stood near you so she could monitor your moves. She asked questions, but only so she could copy and compare. She is not who she says she is. And now God says enough. Enough pretending. Enough manipulation. Enough wickedness wrapped in sweetness. God is exposing her completely. And the family member who now sees the truth. They were once her greatest supporter, but now they see everything, and it is too much to bear. You are not imagining this shift. You are not overreacting. Heaven is intervening. Angels have been dispatched around your name. There is a divine investigation happening right now. Heaven is auditing every relationship in your life. Who prayed for you sincerely? Who celebrated you authentically? Who cursed you secretly? Who lied when they said, "I'm proud of you"? God is sorting it all out, and every mask will fall. Prepare yourself for strange conversations, sudden messages, awkward silences, unexpected tears. People will begin revealing what they knew, and when they knew it, some will confess. Some will run. Some will deny. Some will fight to prove their innocence, but you won't need to prove anything. The truth is already alive, and it is walking into every room before you do. People will feel it. People will tremble. People will know they cannot lie about you anymore. Do not lower your voice. Do not shrink to make others feel comfortable. Do not return to the old role they placed you in. You are not the family scapegoat. You are not the failure. You are not the forgotten one. You are the chosen one, the breaker, the one who carries the light of truth. Your presence alone is enough to make the darkness tremble. The woman who tried to dim your light, she is now exposed. Her true nature is revealed, and those who once believed her lies are now seeing the truth. This is a time of great awakening. Not just for you, but for your entire family. The tears that flow are not just of sorrow, but of revelation. They are washing away the lies, the deceit, the years of manipulation. Each tear is a cleansing, a purification of your spirit and your lineage. The family member who now knows the truth, their heart is breaking, but it's also healing. They are experiencing a rebirth, a painful but necessary awakening to the reality of who you truly are. This is not a time for revenge or retaliation. It's a time for truth, for healing, for breaking generational cycles of hurt and deception. Your role is not to punish, but to stand firm in your truth, to let your light shine so brightly that it illuminates the darkest corners of your family's history. You are the catalyst for change, the one chosen to break the chains that have bound your family for generations. As you move forward, remember that your strength comes not from your own power, but from the divine light that shines through you. You are a vessel, a channel for God's love and truth. The woman who tried to dim your light, she acted out of fear and insecurity. But you act from a place of love and divine purpose. Your forgiveness will be your greatest weapon, your compassion, your strongest shield. In the days to come, be prepared for more revelations. The truth, once it starts to flow, cannot be stopped. It will wash over your family like a flood, cleansing away years of lies and deception. Some will resist, clinging to the old ways, the familiar patterns of hurt and betrayal. But others will embrace the change, grateful for the chance to start anew, to rebuild relationships on a foundation of truth and authenticity. You, my dear child, are at the center of this storm, but do not fear. You were built for this moment. Every trial, every tear, every moment of doubt and pain has prepared you for this time. You are stronger than you know, more powerful than you can imagine. The light within you cannot be extinguished, no matter how hard others may try. As the truth continues to unfold, remember to be gentle with yourself and with others. This is a time of great upheaval, but also of great healing. Allow yourself to feel the full range of emotions that come with this revelation. Anger, hurt, betrayal, but also relief, hope, and even joy. Each emotion is valid, each feeling a step on your journey to wholeness. The family member who now knows the truth, they need your compassion as much as you need theirs. They are navigating their own sea of emotions, grappling with the realization that they were deceived, that they unknowingly participated in your pain. Extend to them the same grace that you hope to receive. This is how healing begins, how broken bonds are mended, how families are rebuilt. In the end, remember this: you are loved, you are valued, you are seen. Not just by the angels who watch over you, not just by the divine power that flows through you, but by those who truly know you. The truth that is being revealed is not just about the lies and the deception. It's about your worth, your power, your divine purpose. Stand tall in this truth. Let it wash over you, let it fill you, let it empower you. You are no longer the victim of someone else's story. You are the author of your own destiny, the creator of your own legacy. The tears that flow now are not just of pain, but of liberation. They are washing away the old and making way for the new. You are the dawn after a long dark night. You are the hope that breaks through despair. You are the truth that shatters lies. You are the love that overcomes hate. You are the light that banishes darkness. You are the chosen one, the breaker of chains, the bringer of truth. And nothing, no one, can ever take that away from you again. The vessel of truth has been unveiled, and though they tried to conceal your reality, God preserved it. Every tear you shed, it nourished the seed of your destiny. Every time they dismissed your truth, it added strength to your purpose. And now they will witness what they attempted to hide grow into something they can no longer suppress. This revelation is greater than you. This is about legacy, about shattering generational secrets, about exposing familial deception, about healing deep-rooted wounds. The one who kept you in the dark tried to maintain the illusion. They attempted to silence every voice that questioned their narrative. But they cannot silence the heavens. They cannot erase divine timing. And now that timing has arrived, trust no one unless God confirms them. Even those who appear remorseful seek spiritual discernment. Not all apologies are genuine. Some are manipulations in disguise. Some are only trying to regain proximity because they see your truth emerging. You must protect your revelation. Your story is unique. Your experience carries healing. And that means you are a threat to anything built on deception. You are entering a season where God is going to vindicate you in front of everyone who doubted your reality. This is not petty revenge. This is divine restoration. God will illuminate who lied, who covered up, who sabotaged, who remained silent. And when the truth surfaces, you won't need to utter a word. Your peace will be your testimony. Your joy will be your justice. Your authenticity will be your sword. And those who once dismissed your experiences will realize they were in the presence of profound truth, and they failed to recognize it. God says, don't overlook this moment. It is sacred. It is weighty, but it is healing. The uncontrollable tears falling from that family member are real, but let them flow. Let them grapple with the reality. You don't need to shoulder their guilt. You don't need to ease their conscience. You are not responsible for their response. You are only responsible for staying aligned with your truth. And the truth is you were wronged. And God witnessed it all. And now, finally, God is exposing the one who distorted your narrative. The one who acted out of fear. The one who was terrified you'd speak up because your voice meant their lies couldn't stand anymore. Heaven rejoices now because justice is unfolding. The angels have been anticipating this moment for you to stand firm in your truth, for the silence to break, for the illusion to shatter. You will not step into your next chapter surrounded by hidden doubters. God is purifying your environment. Allow Him to do so. This revelation may fracture some relationships. Let them break. If they couldn't withstand the truth, they weren't authentic. You don't need false support. You don't need empty words. You don't need family in name only. You need truth. You need peace. You need love that isn't rooted in manipulation. And God is granting you that. Stay close to Him in this hour. Pray for clarity. Fast if you feel led. Guard your heart. Don't overshare. Let the Spirit guide every conversation. If someone discloses something to you, listen. But don't react from emotion. Let God handle the judgment. Your role is to walk in light, to speak with wisdom, to protect the sacred truth inside you, because you are not who they claimed you to be. You are who God has always known you to be. Finally, the truth is entering the room. Finally, the lies are crumbling. Finally, the one who tried to rewrite your story is being unmasked. Finally, the family member who doubted you now sees you clearly, and their uncontrollable tears are evidence. Evidence that God is still moving. Evidence that truth still prevails. Evidence that your light cannot be hidden. God says, don't ignore this. Don't delay. Don't assume you still have time to process this later. This is about your family. Your family. The ones you thought you could trust. The ones who said they loved you. The ones who shared your laughter, your meals, grew up under the same roof, or watched you from afar like they knew your soul. But now everything is trembling under the weight of what has just been revealed in the Spirit. Someone in your family knows the truth about you now. A truth you haven't even fully articulated. A truth you've concealed behind your strength, behind your smile, behind your loyalty to people who never truly protected you. And now there are uncontrollable tears being shed, not just by you, but by someone who once denied your reality and now sees it fully exposed in the blinding radiance of heaven's justice. You're being cautioned not to trust anyone because God has witnessed the conversations held in secret, the closed-door meetings, the sideways glances, the spiritual interference. This is not just about betrayal. It is about deception that has been passed through generations. The way they always tried to silence you. The way you always felt just outside of being truly understood. The dreams you had that no one honored. The fears you swallowed that no one noticed. And the promise you carried that they sensed but never celebrated. God says don't trust anyone right now until He reveals who's been speaking truth. Because this moment is holy. It's heavy, but it's healing. The tears falling from that family member are genuine. But let them cry. Let them wrestle with the truth. You don't need to carry their guilt. You don't need to make them feel better. You are not responsible for how they respond. You are only responsible for staying in alignment with your truth. And the truth is you were wronged, and God saw it all. And now finally, God is exposing the one who twisted things. The one who acted out of their own pain. The one who was terrified you'd rise because your success meant their narrative couldn't stand anymore. Heaven is rejoicing right now because justice is unfolding. The angels have been waiting for this moment, for you to stand tall in your truth. For the silence to break, for the illusion to shatter. You will not walk into your next season surrounded by secret doubters. God is cleansing your atmosphere. Let Him. This exposure may break some relationships. Let them break. If they couldn't survive the truth, they weren't real. You don't need fake support. You don't need empty words. You don't need family in name only. You need truth. You need peace. You need love that isn't rooted in manipulation. And God is giving that to you. Stay close to Him in this hour. Pray for clarity. Fast if you feel led. Guard your heart. Don't overshare. Let the Spirit lead every conversation. If someone reveals something to you, listen. But don't react from emotion. Let God handle the judgment. Your job is to walk in light, to speak with wisdom, to protect the sacred truth inside you. Because you are not who they said you were. You are who God has always known you to be. Finally, the truth is walking into the room. Finally, the lies are breaking. Finally, the one who tried to rewrite your story is being unmasked. Finally, the family member who doubted you now sees you clearly, and their tears are proof. Proof that God is still moving. Proof that truth still wins. Proof that your light cannot be hidden. God says, don't ignore this. Don't delay. Don't assume you still have time to figure this out later. This is your family. Your family. The ones you thought you could trust. The ones who said they loved you. The ones who smiled with you, shared your food, grew up under the same roof, or watched you from across the years like they knew your soul. But now everything is trembling under the weight of what has just been revealed in the Spirit. Someone in your family knows the truth about you now. A truth you haven't even fully spoken. A truth you've hidden behind your strength, behind your laughter, behind your loyalty to people who never truly protected you, and now there are uncontrollable tears being wept, not just by you, but by someone who once denied your light and now sees it fully exposed in the blinding radiance of heaven's justice. You're being told not to trust anyone because God has seen the conversations done in secret, the closed rooms, the side eyes, the spiritual interference. This is not just about betrayal. It is about deception that has been passed through generations. The way they always tried to silence you. The way you always felt just outside of being truly understood. The dreams you had that no one honored. The fears you swallowed that no one noticed. And the promise you carried that they sensed but never celebrated. God says don't trust anyone right now until He reveals who's been speaking truth. For this is a sacred moment, a turning point in your journey. The tears falling are washing away years of misunderstanding and pain. Let them flow. Let the truth emerge, unfiltered and raw. For in this vulnerability, true healing begins. You cried in their presence. You forgave things you never spoke about again. But now heaven has decided enough is enough. The pain you were never meant to carry is being lifted. And the reason it's happening so quickly is because a family member has stepped into territory they should have never touched. They played with spiritual things concerning you. They touched your name with jealousy. They mixed your story with lies. And while they smiled in your presence, their spirits spoke against your rise. Archangel Michael is weeping too. Weeping because of how long you've been mistreated by people who were supposed to be your covering. Weeping because he tried to show you signs, but your loyalty blinded you. Weeping because there's only a small window left before your next elevation. And if you keep trusting the wrong ones, you'll delay what heaven has written with such care over your destiny. That's why this message is not coming in soft. This is your warning. This is your moment. This is the sound of heaven's alarm. You cannot afford to go back to that place of pretending. Not after the truth has begun to reveal itself. There are conversations happening about you that your ears were never meant to hear. But God let one person overhear. And now that person is in spiritual agony. They see what was done. They see what was said. They see how your name was played with, how your soul was mishandled. They see how you were painted as the villain when all you did was shine your light. And now they're breaking silently with uncontrollable tears because the mask has fallen and they're realizing they played a part in keeping you bound, even if it was by standing silent. But the silence is breaking. The exposure has begun, and you're about to see people's true character in ways you cannot unsee. God says this exposure is not to shame you. It is to liberate you. You've spent too long explaining your heart to people who chose to misunderstand it. You've given second, third, fourth chances to people who saw your kindness as weakness. But now heaven is flipping the tables. And the one who was overlooked is now the one being revealed in glory. That's you. The one who cried in secret. The one who prayed with trembling hands. The one who asked God, "Why me?" The one who said, "What did I do to deserve this?" The one who stayed quiet even when you had every right to speak. Heaven heard you, and now God says, "I will make it known. I will show the truth. I will expose the lies. I will lift you in front of the ones who tried to bury you." There's something else. There's a secret that has been buried in your family, a truth about your origin, a truth about your inheritance, a truth about your purpose. And this family member, yes, the one God is exposing, knew it. They had access to it. They kept it hidden. They used it as leverage. But they never knew God would override their schemes. They never knew that Archangel Michael would be assigned directly to your case. They never knew you'd wake up before it was too late. But now it's happening. The divine timing has arrived. And every lie is shaking under the weight of divine truth. God says, "Do not be afraid when people begin to fall away. Do not chase what I am removing. Do not fight to keep what is poisoning your spirit. I am detaching you for your protection. I am silencing voices for your restoration. I am closing doors because your new chapter cannot be written with the same pens that tried to erase you. The tears you're about to cry will not be from grief, but from relief. From recognition, from revelation, because everything is about to find. Make sense. The dreams, the attacks, the strange behaviors, the sudden shifts, the distant stares, the fake support, the quiet envy. It's all coming together now. Heaven is unraveling it in real time, and as one person now weeps over what they've no, they will either become your ally or your confirmation. Pay attention. Their next action will show their true spirit. Whether they protect you or expose more, whether they apologize or cover more lies, you don't need revenge. You need discernment. And heaven is giving it to you now in full. You are not alone. Even when they made you feel like you were, even when they ganged up against you, even when you were outnumbered, you were surrounded by angels, protected by the Most High. You are the bloodline breaker. That's why you felt so out of place in your family. You were sent to shift the legacy, to undo the curses, to awaken the dormant light. You were never meant to fit in. You were sent to stand out. But the one who feared your rise tried to make you feel like the problem. They saw your potential before you even knew it. They saw what was on you and tried to block it, tried to curse it, tried to outshine it. But no one can outshine what heaven has ignited. You are rising despite them, above them, through them, because of God. Finally, God is exposing this family member because the damage they caused rippled too far. They gossiped in disguise. They used prayer as manipulation. They gave others a false image of you. They claimed spiritual insight to justify their control, but now their hands are being revealed. Their words are being caught and their spirit is being judged not by man but by God Himself. You will witness the collapse of their illusions. You will see how what they built on lies comes crumbling down. And you will stand not as a victim, but as a vessel of God's vindication. You're not broken. You're not cursed. You're not forgotten. You are the chosen one. The one they whispered about because they couldn't define you. The one they feared because they couldn't control you. The one they tried to distract because your destiny was too loud to silence. But heaven has the final word, and that word is coming like thunder right now. You are being realigned. You are being restored. You are being resurrected from the ashes of manipulation and false loyalty. This is a holy separation. The grief you feel is sacred. It's the shedding of old chains, the breaking of old agreements, the cleansing of old energy. And in its place comes truth. Comey's clarity, comes divine instruction. God will begin to tell you exactly who to cut off, exactly who to pray for, exactly who to ignore, and exactly what to expect next. He will not leave you in confusion. You will feel the urgency in your spirit, the fire in your bones, the whisper in your soul saying it's time. The blessing is coming faster than you thought. but so is the removal, the divine pruning, the angelic sweep of your environment. Get ready, because the family member who once thought they could keep you under their thumb is now being stripped of all their spiritual access. God has removed your name from their list. Heaven has cut the cords. You are being released, and the person in your family who now knows the truth about you, watch them closely. They are your divine signal. Their next move will echo the truth of everything you've just read. Do not force, do not beg, do not fear. Just listen. Heaven is still speaking. Archangel Michael is still standing guard. And God is still moving. If you believe in God, type Amen. God says, do not ignore this. Archangel Michael says this is your family. This moment is not accidental. And this message is not casual. It is divine, holy, sealed with the authority of heaven, and written with the trembling urgency of angels who know what is unfolding behind your back. God says this to you, my beloved child. Be still for a moment and open your heart, because something has shifted in the unseen, and you must know the truth before it's too late. Archangel Michael has been sent directly to you, not to scare you, but to protect you. This is urgent because someone close to you, someone within your family, now knows the truth about you. And not everyone with your last name has your best interest at heart. Do not trust anyone blindly right now. The Spirit of the Lord is exposing what has been hidden in silence behind closed doors, in whispers when you were not in the room. The truth is shaking the walls of your household. And someone, yes, someone who once called you family, is now watching you with eyes full of questions, suspicion, and confusion. Their heart is trembling because the truth they just discovered about you doesn't match the lies they were told. This revelation has left them with uncontrollable tears. And God says you must prepare. You must prepare not in fear, but in prayer. You must anchor yourself now in truth, because the enemy has been attempting to use family ties to infiltrate your peace. The devil knows he can't get you from the outside. You're too strong. You've already survived too much, so now he's trying from the inside. But God says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, not even those formed by people who share your bloodline. Archangel Michael stands with his sword outstretched. He has seen the spiritual attack forming behind the scenes. He has seen the jealousy buried in smiles. He has heard the envy wrapped in polite conversation. He has watched the betrayal dressed in kindness, and now he commands this warning to be delivered to you. Don't ignore this. A family member, someone who once called you by name with love, now feels shaken. They've seen something. They've heard something. Or they've come into contact with a truth that doesn't make sense to them. God allowed them to uncover it, and now they don't know what to do. They're conflicted. They're emotional. They are crying because part of them remembers the love they once had for you, but another part is being tempted by outside influences to see you differently. Be aware. Be awake. Be prayerful. God says this moment in your life is sacred. You are in the middle of a divine test and a heavenly shift. Everything you do right now matters. Every word, every step, every thought. God has not left you. Even though you feel misunderstood and wrongly judged, you may feel like the black sheep of your family. You may feel alone, unwanted, or left out of conversations and decisions. But I, the Lord your God, say to you, you are my chosen. You are not forgotten. You are the one I set apart. That's why they don't understand you. You carry an anointing that intimidates those who are comfortable in lies. You carry a light that burns the eyes of those still hiding in darkness. You carry a calling that threatens the spirits assigned to distract you. That's why even family is turning against you. That's why even those who knew your childhood now act like they don't know your heart. But I, God, know your heart. I know how much you've loved them. I know how much you've forgiven them. I know the silent battles you fought just to keep the peace. I've watched you bite your tongue when you could have spoken truth that would have torn everything down. I've seen your restraint. I've seen your prayers. I've seen your loyalty. And I say this to you now. Your tears are not in vain. Your pain is not invisible to heaven. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to walk through your home, through your memories, through your family's secret conversations. He is collecting evidence. He is removing falsehood. And he is preparing the way for your vindication and elevation. Family member now knows the truth, and the tears won't stop flowing. But these are not tears of sorrow. They are tears of divine revelation. God is clearing a path for your truth to be seen in full light. Nothing that was meant to destroy you will prosper. Nothing designed to break your spirit will succeed. This is a test, and even in your weakness, you are passing it with flying colors. The one who now knows the truth about you cannot unsee it. They may try to pretend it didn't happen. They may act distant or question everything. But the truth will not leave them. The Holy Spirit has pressed it into their heart, and they are crying not just from guilt, but because God's presence is hovering around them, urging them to make things right with you. They are being pulled toward reconciliation, but pride is fighting back. God says, do not chase them. Let me work in their heart. Let me soften what has been hardened. I will rewrite this family narrative in a way that brings glory, not shame. In the meantime, protect your peace. Guard your heart. Be wise. There are still others within the family who don't know the full story, and not everyone needs access to your spirit. Remember, you weren't called to be everyone's savior or to be an emotional container for broken people who refuse to heal. You were called to stand in truth, even if that means standing alone. But even in solitude, you are never truly alone. Heaven surrounds you. Angels are encamped around your home, watching the doorways, listening to the walls, and blocking spiritual intrusions. Archangel Michael is shielding your room. No weapon, no spirit, no curse can penetrate the protection God has placed over you. Sleep tonight, knowing you are watched by the one who never slumbers. Rest in the knowledge that you are loved by the one who never stops loving. God says the tears you've cried recently were not wasted. He collected each one. He knows what triggered them, who said what, and the sting of being doubted by your own blood. He understands the ache of watching people you'd give your life for stay silent when you're being accused. But he also knows the strength you've built from every betrayal, the wisdom you've gained, and the heart he's refined in you. You are becoming gold. The truth about you that's now been exposed is only part of the story. The rest, the glory, the purpose, the calling, the elevation, God is about to reveal that too. They will see what He's placed in you. They will see the favor, the healing, how He's preserved you. And they will marvel, not because of who you are, but because of who He is in you. You've been called to break generational curses. That's why your journey has been so lonely. You were never meant to blend in. You were chosen to stand out, to speak up, to shift things. The enemy tried to use your family against you because he knows how deeply you love them. He thought their betrayal would break you, but instead, it birthed you into your purpose. Don't grow bitter, grow wiser. Do not let your heart harden. Let it be softened by divine truth. Forgive, but do not forget what God has taught you. Love, but from a distance if necessary. Trust God to guide your conversations, to show you who's real and who's just playing roles. Trust Him to bring justice and silence. You don't need to defend yourself. He is your defender, your shield, your judge, your Father. The one who knows the truth about you will be used as a vessel if they surrender. Pray for them, bless them, but leave the outcome to God. If reconciliation is part of His plan, He will make it beautiful in its time. If not, He will restore your family in other ways, through other people, in other generations. Nothing is too broken for Him to heal. This is not the end of your story. This is the middle of a divine turnaround. Your name is being cleared in the Spirit. Your heart is being protected. Your destiny is still intact. You are safe. You are seen. You are secure. Do not panic. Do not spiral. Do not collapse into despair. Breathe deeply and remember who you are. You are His. You are favored. You are covered. The truth has surfaced. Yes, but so has your strength, your discernment, your healing, your authority. Archangel Michael says, "It is time to rise." Not in anger, but in power. Not in revenge, but in peace. Not in anxiety, but in quiet confidence. This is your family, yes, but you belong to a higher kingdom. And that kingdom is backing you with every step. Speak with caution. Move with intention. Listen closely. Your spirit will tell you who's real. Your peace will confirm it. God is not only walking with you, He is going before you, clearing the path. You will not be ambushed. You will not be trapped. You will not be destroyed. What was meant to harm you will be turned into glory. This is your confirmation. This is your heavenly letter. A family member now knows the truth. The house is silent, but the spirit world is loud. Pay attention. Stay close to God. Trust Him, and above all, remember nothing can stop the destiny He has written for you. You are loved. You are covered, and you are never alone. Keep praying. Keep believing.